Hey, this is AltBraKz. So today I'm going to go over how to take a mono synth and turn it into a multi-layered pad using just Snapheap and the Kilohearts effects suite. So I've got two different pads I created here. The bass sound for both of them is just a really simple sound I created on the O coast. It's just kind of a tone that has a few things controlled by an LFO, so it's just changing the tone of it. This is what it sounds like. So it's a very basic sound, but I did that just so you can see what Snapheap can do. So if we turn this on, so both of these actually have 3 layers. So this is the other one. Same source sound, so just really annoying basic oscillator. Then when we turn this on, we get kind of a more subtle version of this one. It's kind of clicky too, but I'm using these in glitch music, so clicks are kind of nice. So I'm going to start with this one, actually, the more complex one. So if we open up Snapheap, whoops, wow. There's quite a bit going on, but what I've done is created 3 parallel buses, so I could split the incoming signal 3 times just to create the different layers. So we have 2 kind of pad layers, so I'm just going to turn the rest of these off. So this one's pretty quiet, but hopefully you can hear it okay. And then the second pad layer sounds like this. And then the middle layer is kind of the ARP that I'll go over here too in a second. And then this is just a limiter. So both of these layers, the 2 pad layers, are pretty much the same. There's like a subtle difference over here that I'll go over. But we'll just start with the first one. So I used Convolver to give it some space. So I'll just turn everything else off. I'm going to leave that. So it still kind of sounds really basic, pretty close to what was coming out of the O coast, but there's a volume envelope coming from a random generator here. Which one? Oh yeah, this one. So I just have a smooth random generator that's modulating this gain effect, just so I can kind of have both of these pads swell in and out randomly. And then I just picked, I mean, you can use any impulse response you want. They give different results, but I went with this little quibble. But they all kind of give the sound a different space and change the character of it. This just kind of sounded the best. And then I've got a reverb, bandpass filter, And then a high pass just to cut out all the lows. This band pass is being modulated by another random source. It's also on smooth. And then ensemble to give it some spread. You can kind of set these to whatever sounds best. The spread sounded good here, same with the detune. And then another reverb. Just sounded good. And then the notes are coming from the original patch that I recorded here. Just on the 2 layers. So then the second layer is pretty much identical. I changed the stretching a bit here on the convolver. And then I bumped it up a 5th. So without this, if we compare these two, they pretty much sound identical. And then the pitch shifter just brings it up a 5th. And then I have the same filtering going on here. I have a band pass followed by a high pass, just cutting out the lows. And this band pass, I think I used the same source. Oh, no, I didn't. So I actually have another modulator here controlling this band pass. The gain setup is pretty much the same. I just grabbed another random modulator and put it on smooth, and then just set it up where it sounded good. It's only moving up. I don't have it on bipolar because it wouldn't make sense. And then there's another ensemble, another reverb. The ARP is kind of the more fun part. So I just put a pitch shifter on here. And then I have LFO just on the pitch set to just over 50%. It should just be 50%, but and then I just picked, there's a bunch of different arpeggios in here. So I just picked minor 7th. You can make this more complex and probably get more interesting results. And then after the pitch shifter, I've got a convolver. I did have a reverb, I turned it off. And then I'm shaping the notes with the volume using this filter, sort of. I've just got an LFO here, modulating the cutoff. And then I've added a reverser, which reverses the audio. I've just set it to 8/16. And then you can kind of put the crossfade wherever it sounds good. The delay I just put on because it sounded good, but then I also added this macro. So this changes, or basically turns on the automation or the modulation that I have on the delay time, which adds these kind of cool glitch sounds. So for that, I just used a stepped random generator, and it's at like 15%. So whenever you turn this macro on, you'll get like these little glitches. So if we turn all these back on and then the limiter, and you can just hear the final sound again. This one. This one's pretty similar. The only difference here is actually just on the two main pad layers, I just changed the impulse response on each of the convolvers. And then this is just kind of weird. I picked an LFO table, a square sustained chord shape, and I just threw it on the pitch, and it sounded cool. I don't really know what it's doing, to be honest. The rest is kind of the same filter with the LFO controlling the cutoff. The delay here, so you can add glitches to this too. And then I added a tape stop. I don't know, it sounds kind of analog-y with it. And then you could kind of but it's kind of fun to record this, so you can chop it up. Actually, that is what I did after. I just did a bunch of micro edits on it. Actually, I guess I can show you what it sounds like in context. Hold on. But only a little bit, because the song is not released yet. There, that's all you get. Anyways, hopefully that was helpful. Snapheap's pretty cool. That works on any mono synth. And you can probably do a lot more cool things by splitting the signal like that. I just wanted to use it to create some interesting pads. So yeah, see ya.